Hey guys, my name is Ben Parker. I'm an Elite Series rookie this year, and I want to give you some tips on flipping and how I flip, especially right now with Kentucky Lake so high and the waters and all the bushes and the wood. Something that helps me a lot, get those big fish out of the brush and out of the thick cover. And one of those ways is I use 50-pound braid on a flipping stick, and instead of tying the braid directly to the lure I'm using, whether it be a jig or a tube or any type of piece of plastic, I like to take my braid, tie it to about a 3-foot section of heavy fluorocarbon line, to at least 20-pound line, sometimes 25-pound line. If the water's real dirty, you can even go up to 30. But I like tying that together, and I use a double uni knot, which I'll show you here in a minute how to tie that. But I use that because if you're throwing direct braid onto that wood cover, and from time to time you're going to get hung up, if you get down in there and you start to get a little bit hung and you pull real hard, if you pull real hard on that braid's going to dig into the wood and you're never going to get it out. The fluorocarbon is a little less likely to dig into that wood, and also when you do get a big fish on the line, the fluorocarbon is going to come out of that wood so much easier, and that's why I just don't tie directly to braid very often. I'm going to show you how to tie some of these knots. First of all, I want to take a real sharp, at least a 5/0 hook, heavy shanked hook. I'm going to peg a weight. I'm using a pegget here. I mean, not a pegget, but a bobber stopper here. You can also use a pegget or some other type of plastic to go through the weight. But I'm going to tie that. I always tie a uni knot. That's just, I've been tying that. My granddad taught me that when I was real little, and I've stuck with it for years. So I'm going to tie this on. I'm going to take a piece of a piece of fluorocarbon about yay long. Okay. If we're in super clear water, this leader will be even longer, but it's kind of stained here on Kentucky Lake right now. So I'm going to take about that far, and I'm going to take my 50-pound braid. Okay, I'm going to show you real closely here how to tie a double uni knot. And I use this when I'm flipping. I've got 50-pound braid. I've got 20-pound fluorocarbon. I'm going to lay the two lines side by side. Here's the tag end of the braid. Here's the tag end of the fluorocarbon. First off, I'm going to start with the fluorocarbon. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to make a loop, just like that. I'm going to wrap this tag end around the braid and the fluorocarbon. It's real important. I'm going to do this 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to slowly pull and form this knot. This is a knot you really need to take your time doing. So I've got a well-formed knot here. Now I'm going to take the tag end of the braid. I'm going to form a loop, just like so. Now I'm going to take this tag end. I'm going to wrap it around the braid and the fluorocarbon, not 6 times, but 9 times. So always remember that. The fluorocarbon 6, the braid 9. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm going to very slowly and carefully, and I'll help this along, form this knot with the braid so it looks nice and perfect. So we've got a knot here, we have a knot here. Now we're going to slowly pull these 2 knots together, and they're going to work against each other, and that will hold. Now when I do it in this manner, I'm not reeling this knot through the guides. I do that on some applications when I'm casting, but when I'm flipping, I just want that leader long enough. And let me show you. When I pick my rod up, if you were to hold your bait about here like most people do when they flip, the knot is not going through the end of my line. So when I flip this out and I reel it back in, my knot is not going to come back through that guide. And that's my best tip on how to flip braid with a leader in heavy cover.
Think GPS is just for getting you to the lake? Think again. The iPilot wireless GPS trolling system can hold your boat in place like an electronic anchor, record and retrace productive fishing paths, automatically keep you on any bearing you choose, and take total command of speed and steering. iPilot controls your boat with wireless GPS precision so you can focus on fishing. And it's only from Minn Kota.